Hello, friends, and welcome back to the PlodCast. This is episode 7. We're doing it. It's really happening. A PlodCast. Hooray! All right, moving forward. Before I do anything else, I'd like to thank everybody who made it out to the Nerd Poetry Showcase Birthday Fundraiser Good, I believe was the actual title of the event. Thanks to everybody who made it. Your donations and generosity were overwhelming, and it was fantastic. So thank you all so much for coming. Yeah, we have lots to get to. I would like to spend a good chunk of this episode of the Plodcast doing some stuff that I didn't have time to do at the actual fundraiser. So for those of you that were there and are listening to this now, when I was like, do you guys want to hear a poem about Terminator or Mario? And a lot of people were like, Mario, we love Mario, all day Mario. And then a handful of people who were louder were like, Terminator, do the Terminator poem. Just do it. Do it. So I did Terminator, and Mario got left behind. So we're going to tackle that Mario poem. We did run a little shy on time because I had way too much material. I had brought my strum stick to the show, and I had written a new song that I wasn't too confident that I knew it and had it all down. But I'm going to do that this week. The 8-bit backtrack returns, and I'm tackling Fallout 4. I know that's so far from 8-bit, but that's just the name. We already talked about this, and if you want to revisit that discussion, I think it was like episode 2 or something, so whatever. It's video games, I'm playing it, and that's what I'm going to review and talk about. But I created something kind of unique to Fallout, so if you've been playing Fallout, there are no spoilers or anything like that, so no worries there. Other people's poetry this week is fantastic. We're going to talk about what's happening on the next podcast because it's something that's kind of different and exciting. And I'm going to talk about a show that I have coming up on March 27th. I think that's it. Let's go. Let's start with that new song that I wrote specifically for the Nerd Showcase. It's about video games. It kind of ties in a bit with the 8-bit backtrack. It's called Champion of Everything, and it goes like this. I am the champion of everything when it comes to video games. I am king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am the king. I won the Super Bowl and the NBA title. I won the World Series and the Stanley Cup Finals. I scored the winning goal on a pass from Gretzky, and I took a Pippen alley-oop straight to the net. See, I have all the best players under my control. My character is maxed, I never fumble the ball. I never throw a pick and I never strike out. The offense is tight and the defense is lights out. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am the king. I clear more Tetris lines than you've ever seen. I never let that wall build up on me. When I played Dr. Mario, I got mad skills. Who would have known I'd be so good at taking pills? I fling my Angry Birds in just the right places, and my Flappy Birds through all the spaces. I match jewels like nobody else. Marvel Puzzle Quest can go fuck itself. Because I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am the king. I found the dagger of secrecy to unlock the door. Best believe I got the code for more blood and gore. I only have 6 bullets, but that won't stop me from saving the world from all these zombies. I'm hiding in the shadows, trying to be still, lurking in the darkness, waiting for my kill. I shoot them in the head and it's a violent thrill. Things can get pretty noisy in Silent Hill. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am the king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am king. I am the champion of everything, and when it comes to video games, I am the king. I'm really not. I'm actually pretty terrible at video games. It's true. I'm not very good at video games. This week's Other People's Poetry is by Edgar Allan Poe. He's got to be one of my favorites. I don't think he's my actual favorite, but he's like top 3. This poem is called Annabel Lee, and it was one of the first poems that I read where I understood tone and atmosphere in poetry without, like, the tone is never, he never talks about how sad he is really in the poem, but you can clearly feel that it's a sad piece without saying it. And it was in a book of the top 100 love poems that I've had for 1,000 years. I got it for $1.50, and it's like destroyed. It's got coffee stains, and it's well loved. And that poem's in there, and it's in like the older section, and a lot of the stuff from the time is written in like older English, and some of it, I don't know, at a young age it's harder to wrap your brain around words that you've never seen before and stuff like that. But this poem didn't have any of that in it, so it was easy for me to digest as a high school kid. Yeah, that's about it. Annabel Lee, Edgar Allan Poe. It was many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsmen came and bore her away from me to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, when envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. This next poem is about Mario. It's called Marioetry. She was a princess, and I was a lowly plumber. Her pink dress, digital, in the finest fabrics, crystal tiara atop her head, she glistened. Light refracted disco ball shimmering, but not as tacky. And me, ragged blue overalls, ripped turtleneck. Volumes later, no makeover. No wonder I can never find her. Through the lowest dungeons to mountains and cloud cities, I can never find her. I plunder underwater depths and dive deep into tubes, headfirst delving into dangers unmeasured, tethered to the notion that we'll be together soon. I have to find her. She's in another castle. Always in another castle. Bowser himself couldn't hold me back. She's a P-wing from my soul. She's the Jugum's cloud that lets me skip right over the trials of every day. She's the raccoon tail that lets me fly away. She's the star that makes me invincible, and without her, just put me in a tanuki suit, hold down, press A, rock, bottom. You're missing. And it's a giant world out there that leaves me banging my head off the walls trying to find a solution, but it's always just more question marks. I even have my brother help me look sometimes, but he jumps weird. I fear you've floated away, but I'll keep capturing flags until all my lives are spent and my continues are gone. I'll go till 8-4, and if you're not there, I'll go some more. I'll even search the third dimension like Nintendo 64 through Koopa Troopas, Goombas, Hammer Brothers, and high scores, and maybe one day
Me, Mario!
I'll find you, Peach. And I'll finally hang up my plunger. So what I'd like to do next is something else that I didn't have time to get to at the Nerd Showcase. It's a song called Wake Up Cthulhu. It's from the Late Night Stage Fright, my Cthulhu musical, and I wanted to do an unplugged version of that song because I thought that'd be funny and kind of nerdy in that. But again, we didn't have time for this drumstick, so I let it go. My other ulterior motive for working the drumstick in is actually because I got a keyboard for my birthday, and I'm trying to transition over to that. I'm learning the drumstick songs on the keyboard, and the keyboard obviously does far, far more. But I feel like I had a little bit of unfinished business with the drumstick, and that last song, Champion of Everything, was one. Wake Up Cthulhu never got its due as an acoustic folk song, so I'd like to share that with you. And then right after, we're going to go into the plugged-in version, I guess, the actual album version from Late Night Stage Fright. And if you like it, maybe you'll pick up a copy of the Late Night Stage Fright, because I have more copies now. So let me know. Send me a private message, and we can make that happen. So this is called Wake Up Cthulhu. Wake up, Cthulhu, it's time to rise. Wake up, Cthulhu, wipe the sleep from your eyes. Wake up, Cthulhu, the stars have aligned. Oh, wake up, Cthulhu, 'cause now is your time. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Wake up, Cthulhu, this is your poem. Wake up, Cthulhu, now this is your home. Wake up, Cthulhu, and rise from the sea. Oh, wake up, Cthulhu, for eternity. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Wake up, Cthulhu, to face the day. Or wake up, Cthulhu, you octopus face. Wake up, Cthulhu, and take your place as the rightful master of the human race. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. And we will lead them all. And we will lead them all. Cthulhu, wipe the sleep from your eyes. Wake up, Cthulhu, the stars have aligned. Wake up, Cthulhu, 'cause now is your time. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Cthulhu, wake up. 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 Wake up, Cthulhu, this is your poem. Wake up, Cthulhu, now this is your home. Wake up, Cthulhu, and rise from the sea. Wake up, Cthulhu, for eternity. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. In his house at Brilliant, dead Cthulhu waits, dreaming. In his house at Brilliant, dead Cthulhu waits, dreaming. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Whisper through the darkness and I will heed your call. Whisper through the darkness and we will lead them all. Cthulhu, wake up. Cthulhu, wake up. Cthulhu, wake up. Cthulhu, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Dead Cthulhu waits, dreaming. In his house at Brilliant, dead Cthulhu waits, dreaming. So there you go. An unplugged acoustic version and the actual studio version. Let me know which one you like better. I don't know which one I like better. I think I might like them both equally. The folk one has a nice, charming, kind of funny element to it, and the other one's just like a solid punk song. So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn, but let me know. Let me know your thoughts. All right, moving forward. Before we get to the 8-bit backtrack, I have two shows that I would like to plug. The first one is March 27th in Toronto at No One Writes to the Colonel at 460 College Street. It's going to be myself, Tom LeVay, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, the incomparable Kathy Petch, Larissa Music, and Mona Faith, who's returning home from Winnipeg, I believe. She's been out in Winnipeg doing some poetry and stuff, and I guess she's brought some friends back with her for a bit of a homecoming. And yeah, there's going to be some poetry. Looks like a little bit of music on the bill as well. It's $10. Doors are at 8. Show at 8:30. So that's the first one, March 27th. It's going to be a fun time. The second show I'd like to plug is the next We Flip Tables event, which will be on Wednesday, March 30th at Cucullen's Irish Pub in Mississauga, Streetsville-ish. Yeah, standard We Flip Tables, poetry death match. The feature will be Sabrina Benaim, who's solid feature, national champion, etc. So yeah, come out. Let me know if you're interested. I'll give you more details. Now, the 8-bit backtrack. The 8-bit backtrack is kind of special this episode. I've decided to tackle some Fallout action. Fallout 4, been playing it for a bit. It's fantastic. I don't really need to review it. If you're not playing it, play it. If you haven't played a Fallout game before, I don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to video game. That's about all I can say. Play it. You're going to love it. And if you want more out of a video game, you're just being greedy. Graphics are fantastic. Game engine is fantastic. It's a world that you can very easily get immersed in and lose days at a time, just because it's a more fun world to live in than the real world. So it's dangerous stuff. So anyway, what happens is you get these settlements to set up, and I had some help setting up my first settlement because I'm not very good at it. I'm good at shooting, but I'm not very good at making a nice home. So Autumn helped me out, helped me build my settlement, built me a sweet house at the end of the road with turrets all over it. Nobody can get in. I keep all my stuff there. I've taken a girlfriend in the game, somebody I've had to level up my relationship with her to the point where we became romantically involved. So that's kind of neat. So she lives at my house with me. And we just kind of live in solitude away from the rest of the town. But the townspeople seem to like me enough because I've provided them with beds and protection and food and stuff. So yeah, what I decided to do, if you're familiar with the Fallout games, there's these things called holotapes, and they're like little diary entries or journal entries. And I decided to create some journal entries for some of the people that are living in my town and how they enjoy being there and a little bit about their experiences there. I've also included my radio beacon to attract people to come to my settlement. So yeah, I guess that's about all I need to say. Radio beacon first, and then 4 holotapes that I found sporadically while wandering through my sanctuary. Are you searching for a slightly better existence? Tired of roaming around the wasteland, lost and hungry? Maybe you just need a spot to quick travel to when you're over-encumbered. Well, your search is over. It's Sanctuary. Lowest death rate in the wasteland. More bullets than friends and more turrets than beds. It's Sanctuary. And if you're willing to put in some light labor, complete safety can be yours. Imagine the peace of mind you'll feel with the humid yellow breeze wading through your hair while you shuck razor grain. Enjoy our regulation basketball area. Create your own journal using our huge supply of holotapes. Hungry? Pull up a discarded piece of carpet and we'll craft you up a rad stag stew that's just to die of radioactivity for. Just remember to stay away from the house at the end of the road, and our turrets can be your turrets, and Sanctuary can be home. I've been in Sanctuary 3 weeks now. I'm going crazy here. Tried to talk to somebody, but they just told me to keep a journal or record a holotape, so I guess I'm gonna read my journal into the holotape. I can't leave, man, but I can't stay either. Anything in the way of those turrets gets cut in half.
This has to be the safest place in the waste, but do they really expect me to husk corn and gather mute fruit? Just perform the task, man. Work or be. I want to be out there, I think. Raiders, super mutants, ghouls, and death claws. I want to be in the mix, I think. I should be out there gathering tech, man. Should have my own power armor. The best I could do was steal a pool cue and a vault suit. And there ain't enough beds, man. There's more turrets than beds, man. More turrets than beds. Lots of bed space in his place at the end of the road. Says he's real shook up about his missing son and dead wife, but it didn't take him long to get cozy with that Piper. They got electricity at the end of the road. Lights, a jukebox. And they keep the music all to themselves. But I sneak real close at night. And I hear those sweet songs, and I watch them shadows dance, and I know that when the time is right, I'll twist the knife for 38 hit points and 25 bleed damage, and then no more games, man. The magnificent aftermath, the embarrassment of riches, and the freedom will be what we start the fallout for. That son of a bitch bastard. Is it on? Where's the light? The light thing. It's good? Okay. Good. So look, the guy running this place, yeah, he's a jackass. He comes up like, can we trade a few things? And then he just takes my good plus 10% when bartering jacket, gives it to that friend of his, and I'm standing here like a yowguai just kicked me in the pills going, what the hell? You want my pants too, bro? Take the pants, bro. I got nothing here. That jacket was all that I had. Telling sob stories about his wife and kid while he's over there playing slap and tickle with that Diamond City girl. I assume it's a girl. I mean, she always got that gas mask on, but like, plus 15 defense? That's a stacked hat, bro. But why does she get my jacket? I picked just as much blood leaf as the next guy, alright? And I'll be a mole rat's ass if I'm gonna take this lying down, bro. You know, I'm glad I did this. Start a journal, they said, and I'm like, what am I, like a 9-year-old girl having tea parties? No, thank you. But this? Yeah, this has been real helpful. I feel real, lucid. I can't let these pieces of blowfly crap just get away with this. Nah, I'm gonna punch that man hard in the mouth like it's go time, bro. I'm taking that jukebox too, bro. Testing. This is your local vault tech rep. They said I should keep a journal. And it's probably just so they can monitor my every move, but if they insist. I saw the funniest thing this afternoon. The guy that runs this place got punched hard right in the mouth. I guess he took this Boston guy's jacket and he didn't like it and wham, right in the face. And then, not 3 minutes later, this other guy just appears from the shadows and why, stabs him with like a 35 or so hit point knife, but he went down like there must have been some bleed damage too. Lucky for him, dog meat came a-running with a stim pack, so there you go. There's my journal. You got stabbed, I laughed hard. I love Sanctuary. I love having more turrets than beds. The basketball court is A1. Not having a bed some nights is like a fun surprise. We are very blessed to have unsustainability. The rad roaches are just totes adorbs. Should I go on? I've been on this planet for 257 years, and to be honest, if I don't make it to 258, I might not be that upset. Now, where's the damn button? This journal's done. Wham! Right in the face.
John Johnstone, journal entry 477. Today,
was an interesting one. In all my years in Sanctuary, I've never seen a man attacked near simultaneously by two different people. Now, maybe taking the jacket off a man's back and lording the electricity over the town is a bit much, but they don't see. What they could never see is that with a 3-star medic perk and a handful of stim packs, well, that young fella, he's damn near invincible. And as long as he's paying attention, he'll be just fine. And with righteous fury, he'll strike back. They run a tight ship here in Sanctuary, but it's a fair place to be. They might get you shucking your share of corn and cutting the razor grain, but those turrets will keep you protected when the super muties come to play. And all of a sudden, not having a bed doesn't seem like the worst thing on earth. As for the lights and the music, well, they can keep it. The lights have been off so long, and I prefer my darkness to be silent. I say, if it ain't broke, don't overthrow the guy with the power armor. He's a good leader. It's just that he knows that he's a good leader. Says he's looking for his son, but unless his son is between Piper's legs, well, he's not looking very hard at all. Moved on just a little too fast, if you ask me, but I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just an old man, happy to see another day in Sanctuary.
Well, friends, that brings us to the end of another edition of the PlodCast. As always, thank you so much for listening. If you like what you hear, spread this around. If this is your first listen to a PlodCast, listen to the other PlodCasts. They are on SoundCloud as well. Get yourself caught up. We have fun around here. Join my group. If you haven't yet, add me on Twitter, @Poejob, Poejob. That's my stage name mixed with my initials. It's not anything filthy. A Poejob is not a sex move or anything like that. It's my initials and my stage name mixed together, so get your filthy minds out of the gutter. Oh yeah, I didn't do a haiku yet. I have a special haiku. I couldn't go 2 episodes in a row with no haiku, so check this out and it's going to lead into a nice segue. A haiku. WrestleMania. Showcase of the Immortals on the next podcast. Thank you, friends. Enjoy. Next episode, we're going to get you ready and set up for WrestleMania. I will have a very special guest with me who knows far, far more about wrestling than I do, and we're going to make some predictions, maybe. I've written some wrestling haikus. I have a nice wrestling piece. We're going to get you in the mood for WrestleMania. I guess that's it. Have a good week, or 2 weeks, or until we talk again. Bye.